Hello there, everybody. It is Jenn Ferguson here with Artistic Painting Studio, and I've got a super fun project that we are going to transform another Dollar Tree project. Okay, so I found this gorgeous glass vase, and we're going to make it stunning. Okay, we have this gorgeous vase. It's nice and tall. It's about 10 inches tall. I feel like it's taller than that, but it says it's only 10 inches. I measured it twice, but I got it from the Dollar Tree, as I mentioned in our intro. It was $3, but still such a great deal, you guys. I always feel like they have such beautiful glass to work on and different projects that you can find there. So definitely check out your local DT. The first thing that we're going to do is clean it, and I'm using the 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I already have it in a spray bottle because I use this stuff all the time. Just going to put this on my hand. Well, actually, we're going to go ahead and put this, I'm going to use one of my tumbler holders, okay? So this is a sponge that we normally, sponge insert that we put inside of our tumblers, and it has a stand, okay? So you can see that I put the foam insert in there. It's on a stand so that once I get it clean and I'm doing everything to it, I can hold on to it as well. Okay, I know this is going to be a little hard from my angle here, but I'm going to squirt some of the alcohol on here and clean off our surface really, really well, okay? That's how I clean my glass, is just to spray it with the alcohol, wipe everything down, and then once you do that, you want to try and keep your fingers off of everything. The thing about once you clean the surface, the minute you touch it back with your hand, you could possibly transfer oils to the surface. So the next thing we're going to do is just grab our foil adhesive, and I am working out of a big gallon, but don't let that scare you. We have it in a lot smaller containers. But I'm going to share one of my tips and tricks. The jars tend to get very sticky around the top, whether it's a tiny jar or a big gallon container. So I use press and seal over the container before I put my lids back on. It really helps to keep the product fresh and also helps you to get that lid back off. Okay, so one of the other little tips and tricks I've been playing with is when I'm working on glass or other items where I want my foil adhesive as smooth as possible, I'm using a little bit of water and a little bit of what is called Floetrol, okay? Floetrol is a medium to help your products flow smoother, okay? So if you have something that's not self-leveling, like our adhesive is not self-leveling, so Floetrol is great, okay? I didn't put much out there. I'm going to put a little bit more out there. I felt like I needed to shake that container first. And you're going to want to mix everything in well. So if you don't use a sticky plate, then definitely get a small little like plastic container that you could even save whatever you've mixed up for another project, okay? I would not suggest putting this back into your full container, as you don't want to contaminate the whole container, no matter what size it is. And there are times where we need the foil adhesive thicker and straight out of the jar, so definitely mix up in something else. Okay, I'm going to try to keep the product off the bottom. I wasn't planning on doing that part, but we'll see how we go. I have a little lip here at the top, which I think I'm just not going to worry about at the moment. Okay, there's just this little lip. I'm not going to try to worry about that right now, but I'm going to use just a wet one at the end and try to wipe that back off, okay? Because I want to try to get full strokes from top to bottom if possible, because that is going to give us our smoothest application, and we want to try to always get on our foil adhesive as smooth as we can. So the other little trick that I just mentioned is when I'm working on glass or other projects, wet wipes are great. We use just the Amazon brand, and I can wipe this product or foil adhesive off of, I got a little extra goodie there, off of our stencils. I can wipe away a little overbrushing from my glass. So don't forget about those. They are great, okay? And like I said, I'm trying to brush from top to bottom and get this on as nice straight brush strokes as I can. As you can see, while I'm putting it on, it goes on milky white, just like it is in the container, but our foil adhesive will dry completely clear and shiny. And even though it's going to clear out in probably about 20 or 30 minutes, make sure that you give it longer time than that. We're working on glass, which is a non-porous surface, and we want to allow this to dry. I keep picking up little extra bits here. We want this to dry completely. We want it to bond to the glass and give us a really good foil release. So I'm going to allow this to dry completely overnight. Okay, so don't try to rush any of your glass projects. The longer you let it dry, the better. And remember, your foil adhesive will never dry beyond a firm tack. So you don't have to worry about letting something dry overnight or even letting it dry a week, okay? It's just never going to dry beyond the firm tack. The only thing I suggest is make sure you have it someplace safe where nothing else can get stuck to it as well. Okay, so I'm back to where I started, trying to just smooth that one little area out. Okay, so let's see how well I did. I feel like I did pretty good across the bottom. So I think that part's going to be good. What I'm going to try to do now, we'll see how good I do at this, okay? We're going to grab one of my wet wipes, like I'd indicated. Okay, they're just baby wipes from Amazon. I get them in the big case. Okay, I'm going to try to use my thumbnail and see if I can clean up this top edge. And then I'm just going to keep moving the baby wipe and moving the glass around. But it's definitely coming off. I just keep trying to find a clean section of the baby wipe as I'm doing this. So far this video is full of all kinds of tips and tricks for you guys. Okay, this glass is actually a little heavy. So I'm almost done here, okay? I think I've just about made it all the way around. And the reason why I keep moving to a clean section is as I'm wiping this away, it's just piling up on to the wet one, okay? The wet wipe. Okay, we are going to let that thoroughly dry. Like I said, I'm going to let it dry overnight. So once this is ready to go, we'll be back for our next layer. Okay, we're back to our large glass vase. I'm still going to keep it on my tumbler holder because it's going to be easiest to have a place to hold onto it. I have chosen this beautiful Monroe foil, which is small little flowers. They're transparent, plus they're also holographic, so you're going to see the rainbow being reflected from this pattern. One of the things with all of our transparent foils, sometimes when you get these laying down, you can't tell which possibly is our carrier side, which side is the transfer side. So I'm almost positive this is my transfer side that I've faced up, but I'm going to take a small piece of tape. I'm going to put it on a corner of the foil, and I'm going to make sure that the pattern did transfer. Okay, so that way I know I have the transfer side up. So we're ready to go. Okay, we are going to go ahead and just set this on here, trying to set it on as straight as possible. We'll see how well I did there. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of tension, just holding the foil down straight and basically just letting the weight of the glass go ahead and transfer it. Okay, so just roll it over. Now I definitely have a few wrinkles and crinkles, but most of the time, once you scrub the foil on, you will never see those little imperfections. So let's give this a good scrub all the way around. I'm using a nail brush, one that I've had for a while. My bristles are almost completely squished down from scrubbing for so long. But a good plastic bristled brush, the stiffer the bristles normally the better. And just make sure that you get all the way around here. And I'm just going to overlap that a little bit there. Okay, the main thing I always find with the transparent foils is I want to get the top edge and the bottom edge scrubbed really well, because these foils can tend to do what we call over release. So if I scrub this edge well, normally I'll prevent that over releasing. And I'm going to do it the same on the bottom again. Just trying to make sure we have that scrubbed well. Okay, so now we're going to give a good little tug here. I always find that normally just have to give it a little bit of a shake, okay, to get the foil starting to release. And then just check your carrier sheet. Make sure as you are pulling off the sheet that you are getting the transfer that you want it. And this is transferring so beautifully. Oh my gosh. This is going to be incredible. What a beautiful custom vase we are going to have. Woo. So there it is, you guys. Look how gorgeous that is. I think the flowers are small, so sometimes it's a little hard to see, especially with the holographic, okay? Because the hologram is just continuing to reflect that rainbow. Okay, so once you have your foil transferred, you can go to your next step, which is we're going to seal this. We can seal it with Final Coat. We can seal it with our Modern Masters, Master Clear Supreme. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever product you have handy, most water-based top coats are going to work well for this. If you have a top coat that you've never used over the foils before, I'm just going to suggest go ahead and just test it first before you test it on your project, just to make sure. But here we go. We're going to do our Master Clear Supreme. I'm going to use gloss to keep this as shiny as possible. This will be able to be hand washed. Not be able to put it through your dishwasher, but you'll definitely be able to hand wash your project. So especially after you've had flowers in it for a while, everything needs to be able to be washed. So I'm going to put a full coat. We'll let this dry, and our project is going to be done. And I'm telling you guys, that's really super simple, fast, easy, and we'll have a gorgeous vase to put our flowers in. Okay, I think I made it all the way around. Sometimes it's hard to always figure out where you start it and where you stop when you're doing something that is so clear. Okay, we're going to let this dry, and that is it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure to go to the Dollar Tree, grab yourself some beautiful glass vases to work on, and have some fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this super cute project. you will find a complete list of all materials and supplies in the description below. And do us a big favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.